Is a collective reading. I try to make the title of these readings very specific, so you'll know from the title really, or from the first few minutes, whether or not this resonates with you. But since this is all signs, it is even more general than your sign reading. So if it resonates with you, it does. If it doesn't, feel free to click off and watch another video. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. The intention is for the messages to serve the greatest good, so as much people as possible, but of course it can't resonate with everyone. So we have the thread, empty room. It's like in whatever darkness that we could be going through, you're still connected to your higher self, and thereby still connected to the divine and to God and to the universe. So you're never ever really alone. And whenever you find yourself in the dark and that scares you, or that's not familiar for you and you don't want to be alone, always know that you can connect back to source every second of every day. No matter where you are, what you're doing, you have that connection constantly. You can just tap into it. All right, we have the Starborn and the Tear. So, and a lot of you guys might resonate with being starseeds, or like, for example, growing up, you felt like you didn't belong here. You don't really understand why people do the things that they do, and you don't follow mainstream thinking. And a lot of times growing up, especially, you could have felt very alone, and like no one would ever be able to understand you, or that no one ever thinks the way that you think or sees the world the way that you see it. And in a way, it is because you guys are different. You know, you're Starborn. It's like you're so much deeper connected to the divine because you came here to be. You came here to be a vessel to bring the spirit world and the 3D world together to help lift the collective to a higher level of consciousness. But I feel like at times that can be very hard, and that can feel very lonely, and it's hard to keep going when you don't feel like you could be around people. Like people have so many friends, but it's like when you try to befriend people, you just don't do the same things they do. You don't have the same interests, and you feel like you can't find anyone who truly gets you, and that you have to almost put on a mask. And that can be so exhausting and tiring. I feel like that's what a lot of you are experiencing. And so it's really important for you guys to really tap into your connection to source and to your higher self, because it's in those moments when we are so present, or even in deep meditation, where you know that you are never alone. But still, even knowing that, being in this 3D world and not having friends or a group that resonates with you in this world, it still can be very, very lonely and tiring. It's like you want to do what you came here to do, but you also want to be able to feel like you're at home here too. We have the Queen. The Self, the Lover, and the Venom. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Anima Mundi, which is collective unconscious. It's the collective. It's understanding that all is truly one. With some of you, I feel like you might even be in the spotlight. You might get like, you're very, very beautiful or handsome, and you get a lot of attention, and a lot of people want to be around you and are drawn to you. It gives me Aphrodite vibes. Like, your light is so bright and it magnetizes people to you. But then also moths are attracted to the flame too, you know. You don't always attract people that are aligned with you. But you guys are, but I want to say, it's like, even though you're in the spotlight, for some of you, you get a lot of attention, you still feel alone at the end of the day. It reminds me of that Britney Spears song, Lucky. You know, it's like, she has everything, and from the outside it looks like her life is perfect, but she still feels lonely at the end of the day. And I feel like that's how you guys, that's the, you know, well, with this reading, whoever this resonates with, that's how you're feeling right now. But and the Queen is the Empress, and I feel like you're a very highly spiritually advanced person. So you guys may embody that Empress energy, which is the highest form of feminine energy. Like, you guys are meant to, you're here for a big purpose. And there is meant to be love in your life, and you are meant to find love. But I feel like there's something in some kind of shadow, or some belief that you have, or some repressed trauma that you've dealt with, that is blocking people that will resonate with you, and that could be your best friends and your lovers, from coming in. And I feel like for a lot of us, you know, when we're growing up and we're the black sheep of the family, where we're told that we're too sensitive, we're different from our other family members, we think different, we have different interests. A lot of times we have this core belief that no one will ever understand me, or that I am the black sheep. And as long as you carry, if that's truly what you believe, and again, when you grow up in such an environment, that most likely is a core belief that you have, you will continue to attract people and circumstances that make you feel like the black sheep. So that is something that you have to be able to release. A lot of times, people who think that the world will never understand them, once they're able to realize where that mindset came from, why that's what they believe, and relate it to their childhood, and they're able to work through it and release it, all of a sudden their life changes. It's like, now they have a community of people who truly understand them, and who make them feel seen and heard and loved, and they're able to play in this 3D earth world with them, you know. So yeah, that is something that you have to be able to work through in order to change your life, because what we believe becomes our reality, and our core beliefs are what we experience in our childhood. So what you experience in love is what you will continuously attract, until you realize that maybe you don't have the best definition of love. Maybe growing up, for you, love always came with pain, and so you subconsciously believe that love and pain are together. And until you're able to go in and heal that and change that belief, you're going to continuously attract to you what you experienced as a child. And I feel like for a lot of you who this resonates with, again, literally, you could even look up black sheep healing. You know, how you can heal from growing up in such an environment, and growing up being treated as the outsider of a family, as the one that no one understood, as the odd one out. Or you can go to therapy, talk to a therapist, or just go in and really decide that you want to change, and decide that you no longer want to have this belief that I am different, I am an odd one. Really understand that we are all one, okay? Truly being able to grasp this concept, this belief will diminish, because you understand that you are not alone. You are seen and understood, and there are people who have the same mindset as you and the same beliefs. And all you have to do is believe that there are those people out there, and believe that you will attract them into your life. All right, guys, let's see what other messages. But this really is important, because if you're not able to change this belief that you have and heal this and do this shadow work, you're never going to attract to you your soul family and your soul tribe. And it's so precious to have people in this life that you can really talk to and be your true self around, and feel like you are truly loved and cared for. So please, if this is something that you feel like you experience, look into that. Look into healing from being, from growing up as being different and being too sensitive, or too this, too that, because that will change your life. We have the Daughter of Cups. Oh, the Mother of Swords, and the High Priestess. So a lot of you, the Daughter of Cups is a younger energy, right? So in your childhood, you were so colorful, you were so precious and pure, and you were who you truly came here to be. But I feel like some of you had a very serious parental figure. It could be a mother, or a mother figure, or a father or teacher, some very logical, very set in their beliefs, that really, it's almost like they took away your brightness and your youthfulness and your soul expression and your sensitivity and your emotions. It's like they didn't like how you responded to things. They didn't like how sensitive you were. They didn't like how creative you were. They wanted you to do something different, act differently, and they made you feel like you were wrong for being who you are truly. They may have told you, hey, you're being too sensitive, you're being dramatic, you're over exaggerating this, you're not seeing things clearly, no, you're wrong. All of this stuff makes you lose touch with your intuition and your higher self. And that's when life can get really lonely for us, because even if we don't have people in our physical world, when we are so connected to source and to our higher self, we don't really ever feel lonely, right? It's like, if anything, you enjoy being alone. You enjoy that solitude. But this person, and it's not to blame, but it's to understand how our childhood affects us, and to be able to see what happened here and how we have the control now to change it and to heal from that. And so we can change our reality, and we can attract to us what is meant for us, without still being stuck in this childhood of, it's like, maybe now you don't have someone judging you, but you're judging yourself. You tell yourself that you're being too sensitive, that you're being too dramatic, that, you start gaslighting yourself. And again, that makes it hard for you to stay connected to your intuition, because you don't trust yourself. You trust logic more than your emotions and your intuition. And that's something that's very important to be able to heal from. We have Death. the Five of Pentacles, the Daughter of Wands, and the Mother of Cups. So you guys have to mourn your childhood. You have to mourn whatever happened, and that's different for everyone. But for a lot of you, you didn't get to have your childhood and you kind of had to grow up too fast. And however that resonates with you, that's something that the first step to healing from it is mourning it. It's okay to cry, especially when we first realize that, oh my God, I really maybe wasn't raised in the most healthy environment. And it's okay to let those emotions out, and it's okay to feel sorry for that little child that you were and that still is in you. And take whatever time that you need to heal from that and to let out any emotions that come up. Because after accepting what happened to you, you're able to transmute it. You're able to literally, it's almost like you're able to change how you experience your childhood. You guys might want to look into Dr. Joe Dispenza. He explains this like very beautifully. But once you're able to release this, and the first thing is to understanding where your beliefs come from. And when you do, it already loses so much of its power. And then you're able to replace it with new thoughts and new beliefs that you want reflected back into your life. And that's when you are reborn again. That's when you begin to create your own reality. You understand how powerful your beliefs and thoughts are. And you're able again to create a new reality for yourself and change your beliefs to know there are people like me, and I'm going to find my soul tribe, and it's going to feel amazing. I'm going to be able to share all my interests and my creativity and my talents with them, and they will really appreciate it because they are just like me. And you are really, it's almost like you are remothering yourself. You are now, whenever you're emotional, you are nurturing yourself and you're accepting your emotions and you're trusting your intuition. You're no longer gaslighting yourself, and you're not telling yourself that you're being too sensitive. You are really healing your inner child, and you are being gentle on yourself and treating yourself the way you should have been treated as a child. And again, being able to work on this will change your entire reality. All right, guys, we're going to end this reading with an advice oracle. We have Knot of Isis. Part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to the goddess. So with the Queen being here, you guys are very connected to this Empress goddess energy, whatever goddess that you resonate with the most, whatever archetype that you embody the most. You are so connected, and you are meant to have a very deep connection to your intuition and to the divine and to your higher self. It's like that's where all your wisdom, that's how you heal. That's how you know which path to take and what to do next. And you'll have so much more clarity and understanding of why everything happens the way that it does, why everything was meant to happen to you, and how everything serves you instead of working against you. Even the most painful situations can be our greatest teachers, and could have been the most important things that happened in our life to get us to where we are now. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If it was helpful, please let me know. And I will see you guys next time.